Welcome back to The Deep Dive.
It's great to be back.
This month, we're spelunking into the depths of Greyhawk.
One classic adventure at a time.
And today,
Oh, yeah.
we're tackling
Today's a good one.
Child's Play,
Oh, yeah.
a module originally designed for high-level characters,
Yeah, but don't let that fool ya.
full of twists and turns that make it a joy to adapt for 5th edition.
It's true.
What's so fascinating about Child's Play
Well,
is how it takes this super serious political crisis.
like a kingdom teetering on the brink of a coup d'etat,
Right.
but then throws in these bizarre encounters.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Like a roller coaster.
Yeah, and it really makes for a memorable adventure.
You're dropped right into the heart of Rhesdain,
Where Queen Joanna is facing a rebellion.
led by her own grandchildren.
I know, right?
It's like a Shakespearean drama.
Unfolding in Greyhawk.
And these ambitious grandkids aren't just after the crown.
No, they're trying to rewrite the rules of the game completely.
Yeah, they claim they found this lost constitution of Rhesdain.
That conveniently supports their bid for power.
And of course, if you've read the module,
You know.
it's completely forged.
Yes.
Yeah, what a power grab.
Talk about family drama.
So the queen calls upon her champion
The legendary ranger, Wolf,
to find the real constitution.
hidden away in the tomb of the first king.
It sounds like a classic quest, right?
Yeah, you go to the tomb.
Find the artifact.
Save the day.
But Child's Play
Yeah.
throws you a curveball right out of the gate.
Oh, yeah, instead of a straightforward dungeon crawl.
The players are presented with a mystery. Wolf is missing.
Oh, vanished.
And not just missing.
Oh, no.
He's been turned into a rabbit.
A rabbit?
I have to admit, when I first read that, I thought it was a joke.
Uh-huh.
What kind of threat is a bunny?
I mean...
Even a magically enhanced one.
Yeah.
To a high-level party.
See, that's the brilliance of it.
Yeah.
It totally subverts your expectations. And it sets the tone for the whole adventure.
It's not about brute force.
No.
It's about problem solving and thinking outside the box.
Exactly.
Imagine your players trying to figure out how to communicate with a rabbit.
Who's desperately trying to warn them about a political conspiracy.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Oh, that's got to be so frustrating for Wolf.
Oh, absolute.
This renowned ranger used to tracking prey.
Commanding respect.
And now he can't even get anyone to understand him.
It's a fantastic role-playing opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Both for Wolf and for the players.
How does he try to get their attention?
Does he leave messages in the dirt with his little paws?
What clues does he leave behind?
The possibilities are endless.
It's not just the players who are in the dark.
No, sir.
The whole kingdom is caught up in this rabbit hunt.
Thanks to...
The demon lord Yenoku.
Yeah, no, to...
He has a score to settle with Wolf
A grudge.
and sees this as the perfect opportunity to enact his revenge.
And he's not playing around.
So we've got these powerful demons running around Greyhawk
Uh-huh.
trying to catch a rabbit.
It's pretty wild.
And it gets even more ridiculous when you add in the lamias.
Oh, yeah, the lame.
Always up for a quick payday.
They hear about you-know-who's bounty.
And decide to join in on the hunt.
Oh, yeah. They figure if the demon lord wants this rabbit...
It must be worth something special.
Oh, absolutely.
So they set up this lavish camp,
Complete with a tent.
conjured from a rod of splendor.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
For those listening who might not be familiar with every magic item in the D&D universe,
Yeah.
the Rod of Splendor,
Yeah.
it's a powerful magical item that can create, among other things,
Uh-huh.
a magnificent pavilion. Basically a luxurious tent.
Okay.
So picture this. You've
Yeah.
got these lamias, these creatures known for their cunning and seduction,
Uh-huh.
living it up in the wilderness, surrounded by cages full of rabbits.
It's such a great visual,
I know, right?
and it creates this really fun challenge for the players.
Oh, absolutely.
They stumble upon this lamia-run rabbit farm.
And it's up to them to figure out what's going on.
Do they fight their way through?
Or maybe play along with the rabbit hunt.
Do they try to reason with the lamias?
So many options.
And remember, the lamias aren't the only ones on the hunt.
Oh no, the players might also run into Yunoku's gnoll minions.
Or even the demon lord himself.
It's a classic Child's Play encounter. Seems lighthearted and comical on the surface.
Yeah.
But with real danger lurking beneath.
It's such a good example of how the module balances humor and these serious threats.
It does.
Speaking of unexpected encounters,
Oh yeah.
the players also run into some rather inebriated
Oh yeah.
Fomorian giants.
The giant.
They're having a grand old time celebrating Wolf's supposed demise by playing a game of
Wait for it.
moose haunches in the well.
Moose moose haunches in the well.
Okay, you gotta explain this one.
Okay, so imagine...
I'm picturing giants chucking moose legs into a well.
It's essentially their version of horseshoes or lawn bowling.
With moose haunches.
They have a good time.
Oh, Child's Play is full of these little details.
It is.
It just adds so much flavor to the world.
So much flavor.
But it's not just giants and lamias.
No.
Even a glabrezu.
No, that's a demon.
It's in on the action.
This glabrezu is completely clueless about what a rabbit actually is. It ends up capturing all sorts of creatures.
Thinking they might be a rabbit.
Oh, yeah. So imagine the chaos when the players stumble upon this demonic menagerie.
So you're telling me the players could end up freeing a skunk from a demon in disguise.
Oh, it could happen.
That's classic Child's Play.
It is.
But amidst all this chaos...
The players are still trying to find Wolf.
Right.
And eventually they make their way to his home.
To Wolf's den.
Which is as intriguing as the ranger himself.
I bet.
It's this immaculate manor.
Really?
Lovingly maintained by his storm giant maid, Iana.
Hold on. A storm giant maid.
I know, right?
That's not something you see every day.
It's not.
So the players arrive at Wolf's home hoping for some answers. And they find a storm giant maid and a house full of clues.
It's true.
Where do they go from there?
Well, that's where we'll pick up in part 2. Last time we left our players at Wolf's doorstep.
Right.
Facing his storm giant maid.
And a house full of mysteries.
And of course, still searching for the real Wolf.
Yeah, who's hopping around somewhere as a rabbit.
Exactly.
Do they get any closer to finding him in this part of the adventure?
Well, they do get some leads.
Okay.
Remember those halflings Iana mentioned?
The ones who came by looking for Wolf.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah.
The players decide to head to their village next.
Okay, makes sense.
They're thinking they might have some clues about Wolf's whereabouts.
A group of halflings looking to give a renowned ranger an award.
Yeah.
That's got to be connected to something.
It has to be.
But Child's Play rarely takes the straightforward path, does it?
You know it. The halfling village has its own share of surprises.
Oh.
They claim to have recently fended off a bullet attack.
Wait.
Now picture this. A village of halflings,
Ah.
known for their love of comfort and good food,
Right.
bragging about how they took down this massive burrowing beast.
Something doesn't quite add up there.
No,
Halflings and bullets.
not exactly a fair fight.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Any experienced adventurer would see right through their story.
I bet.
They're incredibly vague about the details, talking about these long spears and poisoned arrows. But the truth is,
Yeah,
Wolf saved them.
of course he did.
But he made them promise to keep it a secret.
Classic Wolf.
Always the humble hero.
I can already picture my players rolling their eyes at that.
Who else would it be?
Exactly.
It's a great chance for some playful metagaming, you know.
Yeah.
Acknowledging those classic tropes.
Right.
And speaking of Wolf,
Yeah.
he actually makes an appearance in the halfling village.
Oh, really?
Still trapped in rabbit form.
No way.
He tries to get their attention. He's trying to warn them about the danger,
Of course.
but they just think he's a cute bunny.
Oh, no. The halfling children even try to keep him as a pet.
That's brutal. Poor Wolf can't catch a break.
I know.
So the players are getting the sense that something's up,
Yeah, they're starting to put the pieces together.
but they haven't quite figured it all out yet.
Not yet.
So what's their next move?
Well, they decide to seek out a 10,
Okay.
a powerful druid and close friend of Wolf.
Oh, okay.
They figure she might be able to shed some light on the situation.
Right. Maybe help restore Wolf to his elven form.
Exactly.
Okay. Makes sense.
But, you know, the journey to a 10's grove,
Yeah.
it's not exactly a walk in the park.
Okay, let me guess. Child's Play throws some more unexpected encounters at them.
You got it on their way to the grove, they run into another group of hunters.
Oh, no.
And this time they're led by you-know-who himself.
Oh, hold on.
I know.
The Demon Lord is personally leading the rabbit hunt.
He's very invested.
Wow, so what do they do?
What do you think?
I mean, do they try to fight a Demon Lord?
Well,
That sounds like a bad idea.
it might be, especially if they're still low level.
Child's Play is full of these reminders that sometimes
Yeah.
the best course of action is to avoid a fight altogether,
Right.
especially in Greyhawk.
Where even a seemingly simple encounter can turn deadly.
Exactly.
So do they manage to sneak past you-know-who and his gnoll minions?
It's up to the players, and the Dungeon Master,
Right.
Child's Play, provides the framework, but it's the creativity of the people playing that really brings it to life.
That's what makes it such a great module to adapt.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's say they avoid a messy confrontation with you-know-who.
All right.
They finally make it to Atane's Grove. expecting to find answers.
Maybe a solution to Wolf's predicament?
Right. What awaits them?
Well, they arrive, and at first the grove seems deserted,
Uh,
but they quickly realize they're not alone.
oh.
A pair of unicorns appear,
Unicorns.
guardians of the sacred space.
Okay, that's not something you see every day, even in Greyhawk.
Not every day.
Are they hostile?
More wary than hostile. They sense the players are on an important mission, but they're also protective of the grove.
Right.
They warn the players not to cause any harm.
But they don't offer any help in finding a 10 or wolf.
Not really.
So another dead end.
Not quite a dead end.
Okay.
They might not find a 10,
Right.
but they do find Wolf.
Wait, really? He just shows up.
Well, remember, he's been desperately trying to get someone to understand him.
Yeah, to help him break this curse?
He's tried everything, but nothing has worked.
I can only imagine how frustrating that would be.
Oh, absolutely.
So what does he do?
So picture this. It's just before dawn.
Okay.
The players are camped out in the grove.
Yeah.
And suddenly a rabbit bursts into their camp.
No way!
It's Wolf.
I can't believe he found them.
I know it's a great moment full of tension and relief.
I bet.
The players are probably exhausted,
Yeah.
maybe a little on edge after their encounter with you-know-who.
Right.
And then this rabbit appears seemingly out of thin air.
But this isn't just any rabbit. It's Wolf.
On a mission.
Okay, so how does Rabbit Wolf get their attention?
He heads straight for the cleric.
That's smart.
Or whoever in the group is most likely to have that speak with animals spell.
He's not leaving until they hear him out.
Exactly. Even as a rabbit, he's using his knowledge of adventurers.
To find the one person who can understand him?
Exactly.
This is brilliant. So can they finally break the curse?
They can, but it's not as simple as just casting a spell.
Okay.
First, they have to realize this isn't just a random rabbit.
Right. Good point. What clues does Rabbit Wolf give them?
Well, he starts jumping around like crazy.
Okay.
Way higher than any normal rabbit could.
Uh-huh.
And remember, he still has all of his ranger abilities.
Oh, right. Even in rabbit form.
Yeah, he might try to lead them to specific clues,
Okay.
or even use his ranger skills to set a trap for one of Noku's minions.
So he's basically saying, hey, look at me. I'm a highly skilled ranger trapped in this ridiculous form.
Exactly. If the players are paying attention, they'll start to realize something's very strange about this rabbit.
And that's their cue to break out the dispel magic.
Finally,
Wolf is free.
back in his own body.
But I bet he's not exactly looking his best.
Well, imagine a legendary ranger covered in dirt, probably missing a few patches of fur.
I bet he's just relieved to finally be able to talk again.
Oh, he is. And he wastes no time in filling the players in on everything that's been happening.
Yeah, he tells them about the Queen's grandchildren, the forged constitution.
You know who's vendetta?
So he's confirming everything the Queen told them, but now it's coming from Wolf himself.
Straight from the source.
How does he react when he finds out they were already sent to find him?
Knowing Wolf, he's probably a mix of relieved and impatient.
Makes sense?
Glad they're on the case, but also eager to get moving.
Right.
He knows the stakes are high.
Time is of the essence.
Exactly.
Okay, so now they've got Wolf back. They have a better understanding of the situation.
Uh-huh.
And they need to find the real constitution.
They do.
What happens next?
Well, Wolf insists on leading them to the retired queen.
Even though they were already on their way there.
He's got his own ways of doing things.
That's Wolf for you.
And, things get a little tense on the way.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, Yasha, if he happens to be in the party,
Yeah.
remember, he's all about glory and recognition,
Right.
while Wolf is much more humble and duty-bound.
Oh, yeah. I can see that clashing.
It definitely adds another layer to the story.
So even with the fate of the kingdom hanging in the balance, there's still room for some good old-fashioned party drama.
Always.
I love it. So they're on their way to the retired queen with a grumpy Yasha and a newly de-rabbited Wolf.
That's right.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, Child's Play never lets us down when it comes to surprises.
I bet.
But we'll have to save those for part 3.
So we left off with our intrepid adventurers.
Along with a slightly disheveled Wolf.
Yeah.
And a possibly sulking Yasha.
Right.
Headed to the retired queen's hidden mansion.
Yeah, to Amber Loon.
Now she's quite a character.
Powerful magic user.
Grandmother to the current queen.
Lives in a secret mansion surrounded by potent magic.
It's true.
Okay, so you'd think she'd hold the key to this whole mess.
Right. You would think. Child's Play throws us another curveball.
I bet.
Turns out Amber Loon doesn't actually remember where the tomb is.
What?
I know.
But the queen was so sure she'd know.
Well, time has a way of blurring even the sharpest memories.
That's true.
However, she does remember visiting the tomb decades ago with a sage named August.
Okay.
She tells the players if anyone knows the tomb's location, it's August.
A new lead.
It is.
But I bet finding this August isn't as simple as just following a map.
You would be right. Child's Play is all about testing the player's resourcefulness.
Right, not just their combat prowess.
Exactly.
So what kind of challenges do they face on their way to find August?
Well, on their way, they come across a seemingly abandoned campsite.
Okay.
There's this delicious-smelling roast boar.
Sounds good.
Plenty of ale.
Even better.
Friendly-looking hunters inviting them to join the feast.
I'm already suspicious.
Right.
What clues might tip the players off that something's not right here?
Well, for one thing, the hunters are a little too eager.
Okay.
A little too insistent that the players join them.
Okay.
The campsite is too perfect. Too well stocked for a random group of hunters.
Right.
And sharp players might notice subtle inconsistencies.
Oh, really? Like what?
In the hunter's appearance.
Oh, okay.
Little details that betray their true nature.
Okay, because these aren't actually hunters, are they?
Nope, they're actually vampire agents.
What?
Hired by those rebellious grandchildren
Wait.
to eliminate the Queen's champions.
Vampires. Classic Child's Play.
You think you're dealing with a simple case of political intrigue?
Right.
Then boom, demons, lamias.
Now vampires.
It's a wild ride.
So how do they deal with these vampire hunters?
Well, that depends on the players.
Do they try to fight their way out?
They could try, but vampires are tough opponents.
Especially for a party that's probably exhausted from their previous encounters.
Yeah, a more cunning group might try to play along.
Right. Gather information.
Look for a chance to escape.
I bet there are some really creative solutions to this encounter.
Oh, absolutely.
What are some ways your players have gotten past these vampire hunters in your games?
I once had a group of players who convinced the vampires they were caterers.
What?
Hired for the Queen's coronation feast.
No way. That's brilliant.
They were very convincing.
Okay, so let's say they outsmart the vampires.
Okay.
They eventually find this August.
They do.
But I bet he's got a test for them, too.
Of course he does. August is a gold dragon in disguise.
What?
Yep. And his test is more about character than combat.
Interesting.
He wants to be sure they're worthy.
Of knowing the tomb's location.
Exactly.
So how does a gold dragon test their worthiness?
Well, he sets up these encounters that test their compassion,
Okay.
their quick thinking, and their ability to see beyond appearances.
You mean example?
He leads them through a peaceful glade
Okay.
with a beautiful lake.
Sounds nice.
But lurking beneath the surface is a frogmouth.
Oh, no.
And just to make things interesting, there's an even larger creature,
What?
a flotillus at the bottom of the lake.
A flotillus? Didn't those creatures nearly destroy the city of Greyhawk?
Yeah, during the Greyhawk Wars.
Right.
It's a little nod to Greyhawk lore.
I like it.
A reminder that even in this lighthearted adventure, danger is always lurking.
Okay, so they've got vampires, a frogmouth, and a flotillus. Anything else?
August isn't done yet.
Oh, boy.
He creates a fake graveyard encounter,
Okay.
complete with a creepy caretaker who turns out to be a vampire.
Another vampire.
It's straight out of a classic horror movie.
I love it.
It's all designed to see how the players react.
Will they attack without hesitation?
Will they try to reason with the vampire?
Right. Do they notice the clues that reveal the illusion?
So many possibilities.
August really wants to be sure these heroes are worthy of the task at hand.
That's what it's all about.
Okay, so let's say they pass all of August's tests. They've proven their worth. They've shown compassion and cunning. Do they finally get the information they need?
August Satisfied reveals the location of the tomb.
Okay.
Gives them instructions on how to find it.
And that's where the real adventure begins.
It does.
So what awaits them in this ancient tomb?
Well, the tomb itself is a challenge.
Full of traps, I bet.
Traps, secret doors, undead guardians.
Of course.
But the first obstacle they face is a ghost named Guillaume.
Another ghost?
Yeah.
Didn't they already deal with one back at Wolf's house?
They did, but this ghost is different.
Okay, how so?
He's not malicious, just deeply deluded.
Okay.
He's convinced he's the king.
Oh, no.
Created this elaborate fantasy about his glorious reign.
Wow.
The players have to figure out how to get past him.
Right, because you can't just kill a ghost, can you?
You cannot.
So how do they get past this deluded ghost king?
It's a classic Child's Play puzzle.
Okay.
They need to use their wits,
Okay.
their knowledge of history, maybe even some clever role play.
To convince him of his true identity.
It's a great opportunity to show off what they know about Greyhawk's history.
All right, so once they get past Guillaume.
They face even more challenges.
Like what?
Mummies infested with brown mold.
Oh,
a
yuck.
particularly nasty Hydra construct guarding the final chamber,
Sounds tough.
and of course the tomb's ultimate prize.
King Jacobus's sarcophagus.
They made it.
So is the real Constitution inside.
Well, there is a document,
Okay.
but it's not quite what they were expecting.
Oh, really? What is it?
It's not a formal constitution,
Wait.
more of a guide to ruling,
Okay.
a set of instructions from the first king to his successors.
So not a constitution, but still proof that the grandchildren are using a forgery.
Exactly.
So they take that back to the queen, problem solved, right?
Well, King Jacobus is magically preserved inside his sarcophagus,
He's still alive.
in a way,
Okay.
and he's very eager to chat.
I bet.
Unless the players ask very specific questions. He'll talk their ears off without revealing anything useful.
Another talkative
Which
ghost.
seems to be a theme.
So they finally get the evidence, head back to Queen Joanna.
The rebellion is quelled, happy ending, right?
Right.
Well, the queen is grateful.
Go.
Big celebration, the monarchy is saved. But Child's Play doesn't end with a neat little bow tied on top.
What do you mean?
It leaves you with this sense of lingering tension.
Okay.
What happens to those grandchildren?
Right. What about them?
How does the kingdom recover from this whole ordeal?
Good questions.
What other secrets are hidden in Greyhawk?
It's all up to the players and the dungeon master.
It really is. Child's Play is more than just an adventure.
Yeah.
It's a springboard for countless stories.
It's full of memorable encounters, quirky characters
and unexpected twists.
that can inspire any dungeon master.
And any player.
So for those of you listening who are looking for a little inspiration,
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking out Child's Play.
You can find a link to the PDF in the description below.
And for all of our listeners,
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
have you ever played or run Child's Play?
How would you adapt it for 5th edition?
Share your stories and ideas in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive,
Don't forget to like
subscribe.
and ring that notification bell,
We have a whole month of Greyhawk coming your way.
culminating in a very special finale.
You won't want to miss it.
Until next time, happy gaming.